Part of that has to deal with weight loss and how their body is responding and looking in fewer clothing. It's getting rid of the baggy clothes and sweatshirts and everything else. So now it's that time of year where we're trying to look at getting ourselves together, getting physically fit. Few things that I wanted to go through when in regards to losing weight and actually becoming more fit as a person overall. So looking at this, I want to give you 5 tips. Okay. The first thing that I want to look at is that people have to consider their what, right? A lot of people say, oh, start with why. And yeah, you can start with why, but what happens if you don't get there? What happens? What are you putting at stake? What's going to be the downfall of you, your business, your relationship, your life, if you don't take care of this issue? Is it an issue, or is it just something you just pure vanity? That's where I think a lot of this differentiates. If it's a person who needs this for a lifestyle change, some adjusting their life really, and most people only do these drastic types of things when they're in danger, when they doctor tells them lose 20 pounds, you're gonna have to have back surgery, or lose 30 pounds, or we're gonna have to, whatever, replace your knee joints, stuff like that. People, they're scared into it. But you need to have a real what is it really that I'm going to miss out on? Am I not going to be able to play with my kids? Am I not going to see, my kids graduate high school? Am I not going to be able to get that promotion at work? What is it that is going to be at stake for you in order for you to make sure that happens and you get to where you want to get to? Okay, so think about your what. The second thing I want you to think about is to look at your mindset when it comes around to food. All right, your mindset around food is extremely important because a lot of people go with this, oh, it's a moderation type thing. Think of it this way. Food belongs in 3 different categories. One, it's nutrition. Okay, that is where it's whole foods, like foods that you know where it came from, you know what it is. Like a whole grain, like it's so much confusion when we look at labels. Like, they say made with whole grains. Well, there's no bread tree, so bread is actually made from a plant. It doesn't come from a plant, if you get what I'm saying. Unlike rice or quinoa or something like that that comes from a plant, the bread is made in a plant. That's the difference between a whole food and anything else. Okay. So it's either nutritious, or secondly, it is something that is entertainment. If you don't see that food in terms of you don't know how it was prepared, you didn't prepare it yourself, you don't know where it came from, where it's sourced from. Most of the time what I'm speaking of is in being in a restaurant. You don't know all the different things that they put in there because restaurants are tailored so that you want to come back. So you want to visit again. So a lot of times there's the food scientists. There's actually people who look at what is going to stimulate your taste buds to create some sort of an addictive behavior where you want to come back. Like some people crave some of these fast food places and they're like, oh, there's this fast food place is just so good. And questions like, or statements like that, for me, it just proves that there is this whole addictive thing happening in our food industry. And that a lot of people are not aware of it. They're just happy to go to these places because people used to get upset with me when I'd say, well, there's all these chicken restaurants. Where's this chicken come from? These giant chicken breasts. Where's that chicken come from? But anyway, I digress on that. But then the third part is it's an addiction. So if it's something that you shouldn't be eating and you're still eating it anyway, it's an addiction. Most people have an addiction to sugar because sugar is one of the most addictive substances out. It's legal and it's more addictive. And a lot of studies have said more addictive than cocaine because it's that instant dopamine hit that a lot of us enjoy for some reason. So we have that. Okay. So there's that. So 3 different categories. It's nutrition, it is entertainment, or it's an addiction. Just that simple. Know where it is and strive for nutrition. That's what we're going for. Whenever you're trying to lose weight, the best way to lose weight is to fill your body with all the things that it needs. Therefore, it doesn't crave the things that it's just wanting. So if you give it all the nutritional value that it needs, you're not starving, you're not hungry, and you're not making poor decisions based on hunger in the moment. Okay? So there's that. Another piece of this is your audience. Look at the people who are around you when it comes to you starting a journey of losing weight or changing your body shape. Look at that audience. If you want to go and be if you want to have a be in a bodybuilding competition, you're not going to go around people who want to go eat at fast food restaurants all the time. That's not going to be your audience. You're going to be in the gym learning from the people who already have done it, people who know how to cut weight, bulk up, all the other good stuff and terminology they use when it comes to being in a weight loss competition. You're going to be around those people. Those people are going to be the ones that are encouraging you, telling you the best ways to do things, and always saying, and they're not going to be like, oh, just be proud of your body and just, don't be worried about what people say and this, that, and that. It's not about that, because those people are focusing on some sort of illusion that if I'm just proud of my shape and figure, regardless of what it is, while be proud of yourself, but understand if it's unhealthy, then there's a problem that you need to address. So a lot of times if you're just morbidly out of shape, then there's an issue health-wise. It's a health concern. That's, written across multiple journals about how to be healthy and what's not. So we have to get that stuff together. All right. So the audience that you keep, get around people who want similar goals, who are after similar things, who are really excited for you and really want to help you, and not gonna just kind of hold you down and keep you in the same position because they're in that position. So you want to be around people who are gonna lift you up and grow you that way. The next thing we're looking at is about the fourth thing here is the perspective. Okay. A lot of people are on this weight loss journey because they're like, oh, I'm working out and eating right, but the scale's not changing. Well, it's not about the scale, because the scale is one of those misnomers, in a sense that if you're working out, eating better, your body's getting leaner, that means you're gaining more muscle. Well, muscle weighs more than fat. And so if you're gaining more muscle, eliminating a lot of fat, then your weight may stay exactly the same, or it may actually go up. But you may look way better, and your clothes may fit tremendously different. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those clothes to fit way different than what they used to be able to get in those smaller sizes, or to be able to get in the clothes and they just hang on you right. And it's like, okay, it's not, stuck on my stomach or whatever, or tight on my arms, whatever it may be. You're looking to get that part together. Okay. So keep that in mind in terms of perspective when it comes to losing weight and getting healthy. Now, the fifth thing I'm going to drop on you here is this little secret. And that is something I learned from Michael Burnoff. It's talking about your commitments, right? So when it comes to your commitment, you can't sit here and say, for the next 30 days, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I'm only going to eat salads, and I'm going to work out every day, and I'm going to do this and that and the other. Okay, that's great. That's a great aspirational goal. However, there is a disconnect between your brain and your mind and how things work. So the easiest way to kind of get yourself together and to keep moving in the path that you need to go is to take baby steps. So let's say for 2 days, you're going to commit to going to the gym, eating a salad. After that first day, if you get to that second day and you want to commit to another 2 days, that would be today and then tomorrow, then you commit to those days, okay? So it's the baby step formula. It's not, because what happens is a lot of people will say, I'm going to work out for all week, and then they'll get to the end of the week, and then the next week, they just won't go because they're like, I can't do this every day this week. I got this and this and this. We start making up excuses. We give ourselves an out, so to speak. If you commit to 2 days at a time And your other commitment is it's not a everyday, always. It can't be that. It's more often than not. All right. So I'm going to be in the gym more often than not this week. Right. So if that's 4 days, if that's 5 days, whatever it is, then we're looking for that more often than not versus always, every day type of situation. And another secret here is to make sure you build in your rest. You can say, I want to work out every day, but understand workout needs to be different in order for it to be effective. If you go to the gym and you're going to the weight and lifting weights 3 times a week, and you want to go to the gym for a fifth or sixth day, then make those other days, you go in there and walk or ride a bike, or maybe you take a day and do yoga at home. Maybe it's as long as you're moving and consistently building towards where you're trying to go, you'll be in a much better place and in much better shape. All right, it's Dr. J Ware. And if you need that type of help going through this, I do offer a weight loss program. I do it in groups. If you want to do one-on-one, it's significantly more expensive. But some of these other things that you want to do, I am open to it. We can have a conversation. Send me a message. We'll sort it out. Get you to where you need to be, where you want to be. And then keep in mind, I know there's a lot of other things that are out here that are much easier to do. You can go and buy somebody's, program and get their food, and you can buy their food for life. Or, you can count calories for life. Or, there's all kinds of things that you can do that I personally feel aren't as sustainable long term. What we look at in our program is we look at changing lifestyles altogether in terms of reshaping how we deal with food and focusing on being extremely nutritious and extreme nutrient dense foods that taste great, but without the being stuck on purchasing somebody's food.